It's been crazy. Everything has been coming together. I feel like everything was packed in. It seemed like in the beginning of the year it was so far away and everything was so spaced out. You know, you hear about ACCs and regionals and then nationals and USAs. You know, they say everything is like 2 weeks apart, but those 2 weeks go by fast. You know, you go to regional or go to ACCs, run, then you get a break, come back at regionals, perform the same, and then come back at nationals. It seems like 2 weeks, but you maybe have a 1 week of practice, then come back, run there, then practice for maybe another week or less than that, and come back and run at USA. So all of it was like, it seems like all of it was in 1 month. You know, to me, except it seems like everything was 1 week, next week regionals, next week national, next week USAs. That's what it felt like.
I think a lot of people might take for granted that they've seen what some of these guys like Bolt and Gay and Gatlin and have accomplished over the past few years. But when you went sub 10 at NCAAs, what did that mean to you, and just how big of an accomplishment is that?
That's probably the biggest accomplishment in my college career. In my life. Before that, it was possibly running 2058 in high school. When I ran at 997, I remember I looked at the the time, and they didn't have the win. It just had 997, and I was saying like, I know that's not legal. I was thinking like, that ain't legal. And the results came up, and I was like, whoa, I just ran 997. Like, this is a dream come true. Like, I've been watching, Maurice Green, Justin Gatlin, Tim Montgomery, all these other guys, run sub 10. And always thinking like, man, I can't wait till I do it, or there's a time. And I used to always think it was just a dream. And it actually turned to reality. So that was like the biggest goal I've ever accomplished. I wanted to win, nationals, but, a bittersweet, but what made it even better was the fact that I ran 997. Nobody can take that away from me. So 997, I can call my mom, my dad, and let them know that I reached the goal that I wanted to do all my whole life.
And fast forward a little bit to U.S. Nationals. You're in the final heat with Gatlin and Gay, and it's just who's who of U.S. sprinting.
Yeah.
What was that experience like, and how valuable was that opportunity for you?
It was very valuable. I feel like I'm warming up. Usually you go in a race preparing to win, and I kind of really wasn't going in that race preparing to win. I was more so grateful. I'm warming up on one side, Tyson Gay is warming up on the other side. I'm doing strides down in lane 4, Justin Gatlin's doing strides in lane 3. So it's kind of surreal, to see that I'm running with, Trail Kim is on this side, Justin Gatlin on this side, Tyson Gay on this side, Mike Rogers on the far side. So it was just amazing. I kind of feel like that was the main kind of I was having experience. So I kind of went through that race, or prepared for that race, as being grateful instead of preparing to win. I just was so excited, kind of starstruck, looking at these guys, and like, this is what I've been watching ever since I can remember. They would have threw Maurice Green in there with Michael Johnson. That probably would have blew my mind. But just to be in a race with those guys alone, Justin Gatlin is somebody who's from Florida. I've been watching him since I was little, and since he was at Tennessee. So for me to be in the lane right next to this man is like, wow, like I'm running against, one of my heroes, or who I looked up to.
How big of a learning experience was that for you, and how much does it prepare you moving forward, knowing that, okay, I've done this now it's not time to be starstruck. Once I get that opportunity again, I'm going for it.
I kind of felt like that in the prelims a little. I went out there and, I was just going pedal to the metal, full throttle the whole way in prelims. And, you got these guys, Tyson, Gatlin, all of them just going through the rounds, top 4, plus next 6 go to the semi. So they're just going through the rounds, just warming their body up. While me, on the other hand, I'm already going full speed, and probably had to pay a little bit, had to pay for it the next day. So I think the thing about that was the starstruck kind of got me, but now I know, or I'm starting to learn, that I may be in the same category as them. It took me a while, and I think I'm still learning and still understanding that I'm in the same category as these guys. Now, of course, they're light years ahead. You got 969, 979 guy, you got 980. I'm just cracking 997. So, it'll take me a while to get in the same area, but I feel like I can be, I feel more confident that I can run, with them.
Now you're headed to Monaco to train in relay camp, and I imagine are those guys going to be there as well?
Oh yeah.
So you get to train alongside those guys. How much are you looking forward to this opportunity?
It's a blessing, man. This is I think right now it hasn't hit me just yet. I got my passport and came back from Miami. Got my passport. When I came back, my suitcase was my luggage was sitting like outside of my door. It had USA, and so I opened the box. USA luggage. I opened it up, all kinds of USA gear in there. I'm talking about stuff they were wearing at the Olympics last year. USA warm up, USA speed suit, singlet, all red. So that kind of was like, man, like I didn't buy this stuff. Like I earned this. Like this is mine. So although it's not going for an individual, it still feels great to go and train with them as a teammate. As an alternate. So maybe sooner or later, in 2015 or 2016, I'll be going as an individual. But it feels good.
What do you think it'll take for you to make that squad as a part of the relay?
Just hard work. I got to continue doing what I've been doing, what my coach has had me doing all year. If I can stay consistent and show that I can, take the handoff and give the handoff and little things like that not many people really pay attention to. If I can do that, and be consistent and show that I can, be a relay leg, then I believe that I'll come out in top 8.
And a lot of people with this opportunity, and you can't blame guys either way because it happens. Just the opportunity to go pro, but you chose to come back to Florida State. Why did you make that decision?
I'm learning now. It's kind of weird how everything happened because leading up to this, as you know, I've sat out my freshman year. I ran my second year and I sat out a third year. And I come back this year, my redshirt junior year, and I run fast. If you look at it, that's all me being patient. All of that is me being, very patient. So I kind of took my own experience and, what I've experienced already to, you hear some numbers calling. You may hear a couple of agents want to talk to you, but this is not the time yet. Just be patient. Get your degree, which is more important. And come out here and go when the time is right. Now you have the chance. There's people out there trying to talk to you and convince you otherwise. But be patient, and your time will come. So, like I said, this is a great year, and I feel like I'm still building onto it. I still have a chip on my shoulder for what has happened the past 3 or 4 years. So I still have a lot of goals that I want to achieve, and that's one of the main things. It's still records that I want to break. And prove that I can be one of the best sprinters ever.